For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, we are live and amplified. So let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Welcome back to another Live and Amplified Livecast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we are still live here at In a Jam down by the river at Mountain Breeze Campgrounds. And we got Tyler Layne. How's it going today, man?
Oh, it's going good, man.
How's everything been treating you?
Oh, it's going, you know. Yeah. Can't complain.
Nice. So you're from Gatesville, born and raised, or?
Born in Waco, because Gatesville, they didn't deliver babies back in. But yeah, born in Waco, raised in Gatesville, been there ever since.
Okay. So I guess you can't really call it living in Gatesville because you just kind of exist there.
Yeah, I roam anywhere but Gatesville. So.
Fair enough. So growing up in Central Texas, what was the music scene like for you?
There's a lot of local artists. I mean, you know, around Waco, they got like a bunch of the bigger venues like Backyard and stuff like that. So, I mean, as far as Gatesville goes, there wasn't much, but, you know, our surrounding areas, there's plenty.
Yeah, fair enough. You know, it's one of those things where Waco, I feel like, is really just kind of starting to find itself music, like with the music venues and stuff.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
You've got all these different places that are bringing in music, whether it's Backyard or Lakeside or, you know, whatever it is.
There's all different kind of genres, too, floating around now, so.
Yeah. I guess Waco will always be known for, what was it, Coolio's last show before he died?
Right.
I saw that, and I was like, I was thinking about going to that show, but I know a Coolio song. Like, I wasn't gonna pay all that money to go listen to a Coolio song.
Right.
So, who introduced you to music?
So I mean, growing up, my dad, he used to play guitar and sing, and he never really like ventured out any. You know, he just kind of played in the backyard and around the house and stuff, and with his buddies, but his best friend in high school, he actually had a bunch of bands, you know, coming up, and so I've always been around music, and it's always been a part of my life. But yeah.
Was it all like country stuff, Americana? What kind of music?
Mainly old country and old rock. Okay. That's my upbringing, and then I kind of ventured out myself, and you know, like now it's all Texas country stuff, but you know, songwriting stuff like that and everything, you know.
The Texas country scene is like just cool in general. I tell any country musician that's like looking for a place to travel, it's like, hey, have you ever given like just come to Texas and given Texas 6 months?
Just try it out.
Yeah, like you don't even have to live anywhere. Just start in Dallas, work south, go east, and then west.
Yeah,
and you're okay.
Just make a lap or two, and you'll be good. You'll get something.
People don't realize how big Texas is.
Oh, I know it. You can go out of the state, and half your drive is going to be getting out of Texas. You know.
When I first left home, I moved out to New Mexico, and then my parents moved down to Florida. And I was going there to visit them, and on the way back, my mom asked me. She'd called me like halfway through the trip or whatever. She's like, "Where you at?" Just entering Texas. Oh, so you're almost home? I was like, "No."
Not at all.
I've still got 14 hours.
Yeah.
So that's Texas for you. So.
Oh yeah.
But so growing up, who were you listening to? Obviously, you mentioned like a lot of the Texas country stuff.
Right. Yeah, a lot of like cross Canadian ragweed, and I mean anywhere from Merle, Lefty Vazelle, you know, all them guys, Ernest Tubb, a bunch of old country and older rock stuff like that. But
gotcha.
Yeah, man.
All right, and then when did you kind of pick up the guitar, or was it like something else?
So, actually, you know, my dad, like I said, he, you know, played and sang, but he had a brain aneurysm whenever I was 7, I believe.
Oh, wow.
No, 11, my bad. 11. And, but whenever he got out of the hospital, he went and picked me up a guitar and brought it home with him. And I just plugged in and started playing, get on YouTube, and, you know, just playing along the songs and stuff. But, yeah, so that's when I got my first guitar, and I just kind of took it off from there and picked up bass and keys and a bunch of other stuff, so.
So you kind of one-man banding it right now? Or?
Yeah, I like to do a lot of, whenever I don't have my own shows, I like to do a lot of sideman stuff, like just sitting in with buddies and playing lead or, playing bass, fiddle. I'm picking up the fiddle now, so.
How's that been for you?
It's, yeah. Yeah.
It's an experience?
It's very unforgiving, Fair. There's not much room for error.
Fair. I was convinced that during the pandemic I was going to teach myself how to play fiddle, and I'm sitting there, and because the job I had, the general manager over the entire, I work for a TV station, so the general manager over the station was like, sent out an email like 2 weeks into the pandemic. He was like, "Hey, I was bored one night and I bought a year's subscription to one of those sites that they teach you, like you could go search for something you want to learn and it'll teach you." And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And so I started going through it. And like, he sent everybody the password. He was like, "I did it on the company card, so it's like a company thing." I'm like, "All right, whatever." So I started looking, and I was like, fiddle. And I just had it in my head I wanted to play fiddle. And I started like just watching the videos to see if it was something that I would stick to. And I was like, "Yeah, no, this ain't gonna fly. I ain't going."
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, I know how to play mandolin, so
yeah,
it's the same tuning and everything. It just doesn't have frets, and you just mainly got to focus on like bow technique and stuff like that. But it's just it's a completely different instrument altogether.
For sure. And so, where are you kind of at creatively right now? Are you currently writing, releasing, recording?
I grew up playing like cover songs, and songwriting wasn't even really introduced to me until a couple years ago. And whenever I started playing, I'm just doing cover songs, and people are like, "Dude, you gotta write." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know that I could do that," So yeah, that kind of struck a part of me, so I started kind of writing then, and I got a handful of songs or so now. But I mean, I'm just.
What was the biggest struggle, like switching from the mindset of learning covers to writing your own music? What was the struggle?
So mainly, like, for me, it's I feel whenever I try to write something, and I feel like it just comes out kind of real generalized, kind of, or sounds like something else too much, and so I just feel like, I don't know. It's a lot of it's just getting past my own criticism, because I'm very critical whenever it comes to, especially my music,
Yeah, and you're gonna see me freeze because somebody's videoing us right now. But
act like nothing happened.
No. So, writing your own songs, was that more of a pandemic thing, or was that before the pandemic?
That was, I guess it was right after.
Right after, okay.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people picked up like they were playing the guitar with it, or just fiddling around with it or whatever.
Right.
They started exploring with the songwriting because it's like, hey, I ain't got nothing else to do.
Right. Yeah, I guess I started playing gigs and stuff probably like later in the pandemic, whenever things were kind of starting to pick back up.
Well, you got to remember, Texas. For anybody that isn't in Texas, it was like 3 months, and they were opening.
Yeah, it wasn't very long. And the job that I had at the time, it was still going. So I was just playing guitar and posting videos on Facebook and stuff, and then people started wanting to book me, and they're like, "Hey," and then Dustin and all these guys are like, "You need to start writing," and I'm like, "Oh goodness, okay."
So you brought up Dustin. We're at In a Jam right now. This is your first year?
This is my third year.
Okay, so you've been... Okay.
Yes.
How's this year been compared to other years?
Man, I look forward to it every year. Every time I come down here, it gets bigger. Like we got the bars set now, and we got 2 band stages, and then we got the river stage. First year it was just the 2 stages, and one of the stages was just the deck out here. Like they didn't even have a stage; they just had a little acoustic stage off to the side. But I mean, I love it, man. It's fun. It's beautiful down here.
Because I'd met Dustin a little bit before the pandemic, because I'd moved to Waco in October 2019, so like literally 6 months before the pandemic, and I think I just randomly met Dustin on Facebook and invited him over. We did a podcast and like an acoustic set. Just kind of trying to get my feet into the scene down there or up there. Yeah, up there.
Up there, yeah.
Uh,
From here, anyways.
yeah. And so, you know, and we kind of kept in touch. And he was like, "Hey, if you ever get a chance, go check out this." He kind of told me who to check out. And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And then the pandemic hit, and he was talking about doing something like this, and I was like, "Okay, cool." And we weren't as tight as we are. Like, it was just kind of like, "Hey, we met a couple of times," you know, that thing.
Right.
And then the second year, it kind of became a little bit bigger thing, and I hadn't left Waco yet, and he was like, "Hey, you want to come down?" And I couldn't make it down that first year, but, you know, it's been cool. Last year was really fun. I only got to stay for a day or two, and then this weekend I'm going to try it out. I'm going to go all week.
Oh, yeah. I guess this will be my first full weekend.
Yeah.
I think the other years I've just been down here like Thursday to Saturday, and you know, but so the whole pre-party thing, that was fun though.
Yeah,
you know?
It was a really good time. I was walking around and I saw all these people with tacos, and I'm like, wait, what's going on here?
Where's the tacos?
Yeah, I was sitting in the backstage area because I didn't really want to go out into the front part where they had all the, like, everybody's just kind of sitting in the grass or whatever.
Right.
It's like, my allergies right now, that sounds like the worst idea possible.
Yeah, smoking grass. That'll be the death of me one of these days.
Yeah. And so I was like, I'm gonna sit back here. I found a nice little cooler, sat down, and then I just disappeared afterwards. It got to be like 11:30 or something, and I'm like, I need to go take a Flonase pump or something.
Yeah.
I was, walked into I'm staying in one of these cabins over here. And I walked in, I was like, oh, my gear's all over the place. I should probably work on this because I'm not going to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to organize this. And then I walked out at like 12:30, something like that, and didn't hear anything going on. And I was like, okay, do I want to just go to bed or do I want to go try and find out where the party's at? And then knowing what the rest of the week's going to be like, I'm going to take it.
It's some of them, it's a marathon. Yeah. And like, I know a few of the people I was talking to, they said, man, you got started out with a bang. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay, you do you, but I don't know. You know, you're going to be sprawled out in the grass by Friday, you know?
Right. I was like, man, I was looking at it. I was like, man, if there's a night where I'm going to just go crazy, last night would have been the night. Because, if I'm going to be doing podcasting all throughout the night, it's like, that's really the only night I can drink. And then I realized that it'd been a while since I really heavily drank. I got like 4 or 5 beers deep, and I'm like, oh, shit. Okay.
Plenty.
Yes. Well, it also didn't help that I was drinking Tall Boys.
Oh, yeah.
I went to Walmart and bought a 6-pack of Tall Boys because it was like $7 or whatever. And I'm like, cool. And, I drank like 4 of those fuckers. I was just like, oh, mistakes. Huge mistake.
Oh, yeah.
But, so kind of how often are you playing shows right now? Or
for the most part now, I'm playing about 3 times a week or so.
Are you a full-time musician, or you got a day job thing?
I do full-time music, but I try to pick up little odd jobs here and there whenever I can.
Gotcha, not TaskRabbit, but like just journeyman type stuff.
Yeah, like I got a buddy. He's got a bunch of different jobs floating around,
Mm-hmm.
And so if he needs help or if I need some money, then I'll just hit him up. It helps having buddies with businesses,
Fair enough. You give you like a little one-off job situation.
Yeah. They're like, oh, I just need this done. And, take a few hours out of the day and go do it and make a little money. So it helps. It helps.
And especially with something as unpredictable as the music industry.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Are you pretty much playing around Waco then, or are you kind of getting out a little bit further than that?
I don't play much in Waco. I play anywhere from, down here to up in like Stephenville area, Fort Worth, all the way up through there. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you getting around pretty good in Texas then?
I play a lot of, I guess you could say North Central, like Stephenville, Granbury, Glen Rose, up through there.
Yeah. That's the thing that drives me nuts about Waco is it's like they call it Central Texas, and I'm like,
yeah, it's really not very central.
In what part of the map is this central? But that's a whole thing. I don't even start that argument.
Yeah. Let us let that one be.
For sure. But really appreciate you taking the time. If anybody wants to check out any of the music you got out there, any of your shows, just interact with you on socials, whatever it is, where's the best place to find you?
Yeah, man. Facebook is where I post most of my booking and videos and stuff, covers. New stuff that I wrote. Trying out Tyler Layne Music. That's Tyler Layne Music.
Awesome. Really appreciate it. And then just
thanks for having me.
For everyone else, what's the most obscure cover song you've been asked to play?
Ooh, probably What Hurts the Most, but the Aaron Lewis version of it. And yeah, that's pretty. I mean, it's a fun song, but fair. Yeah, you got to wrench down for that one a little bit.
Fair. Awesome. Well, once again, thank you so much for hanging out with us. It's been an absolute blast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. It's fun.
Absolutely. And we'll see you all here in a bit.
We'll try to survive the rest of this weekend.
Right.